Hey, vinyl community, it's Trevor back with another Flat Round and Spun. How you been? Been a couple weeks. So, it's the weekend, it's Friday night as I'm shooting this. So, it is pub beer time. Nice lager from 10 Barrel Brewing Company. Cheers, BC. So, as the thumbnail and title of this video suggests, this is my first quarter vinyl finds. So, like I've said many times on these videos, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna buy a bunch of stuff every single weekend and I'm gonna show it off every single weekend. So let it accumulate, so it's, not showing off stuff every time I get stuff. Kind of like video a couple weeks ago when I got a few things in the mail and I showed them all at once. So those are not in here. There might be a couple that I had in Mike MGK Boston's in his contest, and I think in one of our Sunday night vinyl confessions, I think there might be one in here. The show that me and Steve do from A is for Alice, B is for Bob, C is for ... and you can fill in the blank. So got a cool selection here. We're going to start off at the beginning. Got this at the beginning of the year. The label Earache Records had a sale going on, but with shipping it came to about full price because they had to ship from overseas. And this is the sophomore full-length album from Godflesh. This is Pure from 1992. If you're unfamiliar with Godflesh, it's a two-piece band, guitar, vocals, and a bass, and a drum machine, which the last time I saw them, it wasn't a drum machine, it was a Mac laptop. So, cool stuff, kind of industrial metal, very dense, and it's just incredible. The song Mothra on this I used to play when I was had a short stint as DJing. So cool stuff. Godflesh, Pure. Next up, this one was one that from when Steve and I did the announcement of Sunday Night Vinyl Confessions, and we were doing the celebration of this album. I know you're gonna say you don't have this already and you're such a poser because it's your favorite band. And yeah, it's Black Sabbath's debut album. I wanted to get it before we were doing our video, so that's what I did. I mean, I've had it on CD for forever, but I just never had it on vinyl. We all know this, we all love this, we all celebrate it. Black Sabbath debut album, 1970. And next, half the band's a couple more Birmingham guys. And again, with Steve, can I drop Steve's name anymore? But a couple years ago, I remember he had a contest on his old channel rating our favorite Led Zeppelin albums, and I never entered it because I don't really have any Led Zeppelin albums, and I always said that my favorite was the opposite of everyone else's. It was always at the bottom of their list, and no, it's not Presence. It is In Through the Outdoor. I seriously love this record, and I'm not trying to be some contrarian. I got this cassette when I was a teenager. I think it was the first one. It was either Zeppelin 2 or this one I got on cassette. And, growing up, I always loved All of My Love and Fool in the Rain. Those are the, big hits off this. But it's the opening track on side 2, Carousel Lambra, that I absolutely love. That for some reason that song just really sticks to me. So, Into the Outdoor, 1979. And this I got, I don't know, probably a few weeks before we lost the lead singer and the last surviving member of this band. And this is the debut album 1974 from the New York Dolls. Yeah, all of them gone. And we just recently lost vocalist David Johansen. That one really was sad because I really dig this album a whole lot. I had this on CD forever. I know that they had like a reunion in the early 2000s, which 3 surviving members did a reunion for Morrissey over in England, and then like not too long after, the bass player Arthur Kane, not long after that gig, I guess he felt ill and went to the doctor. They diagnosed him with lymphoma, and he died like 2 hours later. So that sucks. But yeah, later on it was just David Johansen and Sylvain Sylvain going around as the Dolls, which I missed it. I know they played Detroit a couple times during that period, and I missed them both. But anyway, that's what records are for. You could always listen to them. New York Dolls. This one I brought up on our first Sunday night Vinyl Confessions about comeback records, and so I won't get too much into this, but it's Queen Innuendo from 1991, the last official album from Queen when all of them were still alive, or at least when Freddie was still alive. Just a fantastic album, and I said it before and I'll say it again, the title track I think rivals Bohemian Rhapsody is one of the greatest songs that Queen ever did. Absolutely amazing. If you've never heard that song, look it up. You're on YouTube, you can find it. It is absolutely amazing. So Queen, Innuendo. Let's see, this is back in February. My buddy Mark, another Michigander living out here, and we knew each other back in our days in the Detroit area. We both like this band, local band, and he's just like, hey, they're playing, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, we haven't seen these guys in years. So went and saw these guys, and it's they're like a sci-fi death metal band, real technical and just really proficient in their instruments. And the band is called Zoth, and this is called Exogalactic. I had to turn around to actually read it because I can't read it backwards on the screen. Yes, this is fantastically recorded. Just the intricacy of their songs is absolutely mind-blowing, and just a great album. I don't think there's anything special about any of the vinyl I showed, but this is a really cool red. I'd pull out the cover, but it's, you know, hard to get back in. But it's I think it's a trifold here, and it's got a poster in it. Excellent album. This came out late last year. Zoth, Exogalactic. Another Seattle band that's kind of making waves, kind of lumped in the stoner doom metal thing, but they're easy to digest. I'm not saying that they're watered down or anything. That's not it at all. Two-piece band, husband, wife. Husband plays drums, wife plays distorted bass and sings. And this is their third full length, and it is their self-titled album, Year of the Cobra. This came out early this month, I want to say. I missed their record release party. I really wanted to go to it because they had their own beer, and I really wanted to get a can of it. Just, you know, A, to have the beer, and B, just to have the can for that, you know, memorabilia. I think memorabilia. If you listen to the Drew Lane show, you'll get that joke. Memorabilia. You know what I'm saying. I can't. It's Friday. It's been a long week. Cheers. But yeah, cool album. The first song on this which is Full Sails. Kind of sounds like a lot of, like, it sounds like a couple other songs they've done before, but everything else, they've really grown in their writing. Highly recommend. Check them out. Look them up. Year of the Cobra. And finally, just got in a couple of hours ago, one of my favorite bands. They're from the 80s, but I got into them around 1990. My introduction into industrial. And, well, the band is Ministry. And this is the Squirrely Years Revisited. What this is re-recordings of Al Jurgensen, you know, the main guy in Ministry. It's re-recordings of his early works, which he, for decades, totally dismissed. He hated his first record, which is called With Sympathy. It's a synth pop record. I mean, it's in league with Human League, that kind of sound. A little bit darker, not by much though. So, like I said, for years, he kind of disowned that whole scene that he was part of, and always hated that record. In fact, at one point, if anyone came up to him to sign that record, he would, you know, I'll sign it for $1,000. So, but yeah, they do. Let's see, it's cool. Green, black splatter. Let's see, from With Sympathy, they do Work for Love, Here We Go, Revenge, I'm Not an Effigy, and that's it. But then they do some wax tracks, the early stuff, like All Day, Every Day is Halloween, I'm Falling, Same Old Madness, and I'll Do Anything For You. That was like an unreleased song, I think around the With Sympathy period, but they re-recorded that. But most of them are kind of true to form, but just heavier, more guitar. The one that's really different is I'm Not an Effigy. But it's a cool record. Is it better than the originals? Not really, but it's still different enough to keep my interest. So, Ministry, the Squirrely Years Revisited. So, those are my vinyl finds in the first quarter of 2025, and that's all I got for right now. I have no imagination when it comes to these videos now. I mean, I should probably do some threads or contests or something. I haven't really seen too many contests out there, come to think of it. But, you know, who needs contests? You know, the threads are good enough. So, everyone in the V.C., cheers. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon. See ya!